Welcome to the ATL, home of the BBL. They're all over the place. Go figure. I still want to talk about Terence Crawford and David Benavidez as I still run my victory lap for Terence Crawford. I was watching highlights of David Benavidez. This dude can fight. He can fight really good. Even Terence Crawford told him, hey, man, you can fight your tail off. He can fight really good. He's around, 6'2". Terence Crawford's around, 5'9". So there's some height difference. But if y'all didn't know, Terence Crawford and David Benavidez have the same reach. So that will play a factor. And Terence Crawford, I think, will know how to get up under the punches of David Benavidez. And it could be a war for a couple rounds. But I think Terence Crawford would figure him out. And I'm not sure that David Benavidez knows how to use his height. If you don't know how to use your height, then it's not an advantage. George Foreman used to say, if you don't stand all the way up, what's the point of having the height, If you're going to lower yourself down to your opponents. I remember when AJ fought, what's his name? Pulev? Was it Pulev? Somebody, but he kept lowering his height to the guy who was 6'2". I was like, you're taking away your advantage. So the only real heavyweight that I've seen that knew how to use his height well was Lennox Lewis. He knew how to use his height and use his range. Even Tyson Fury, with all his, juking and feints, he doesn't really use his height as well as he could. He gets hit way too much to be that tall. For him to hit the canvas as much as he does shows he's not using his height correctly. If you're a real tall guy, you got to know how to use your height. You have to know how to use all your tools. And if you don't, and you're fighting a guy with the same reach as you or longer reach, it's going to be a long night for you. You're going to be wondering why you're getting hit and you're the taller guy. And I've said this a million times, and for the new people that are watching me, I wish they would quit measuring reach like a wingspan. HBO started changing that in the later years. Armpit to fist is your true reach. From fingertip to fingertip, left arm to right arm, or right arm to left arm, that's wingspan. That's not your true reach. If you got a big back, that's going to measure into the tape. So you could be thinking, man, how am I getting hit? I got the longer reach, when you really don't. Because if you're not measuring from armpit to fist, you're not getting a true account of your reach. So I wish they would stop doing that. Boxing has a lot of old wives' tales and stuff they just stick to in tradition that they need to change. But David Benavidez, I believe, would be a tougher fight for Terence Crawford than Canelo was, because David Benavidez throws combos. Anytime you're fighting a guy that throws combos, is going to be tougher. Ask Anthony Joshua when he fought Ruiz. Ask Canelo when he just fought Terence Crawford. I was watching the Hodge twins the other day, and they were reacting to the fight. They had never seen Terence Crawford, and they showed a still picture of Canelo when he got hit with that real big bomb from Crawford, when he was like, they said he was looking like Chris Tucker Rush Hour when he was like, which one of y'all hit me? And I thought that was hilarious. But Canelo is an easier guy to fight because he throws one punch at a time for most of the fight. And I was watching Showbiz too. Shout out to Showbiz. He was talking about the CompuBox, how they had Canelo up 8-4. I think CompuBox got the C's wrong. It was Crawford that should have been 8-4, not Canelo. What was that? CompuBox? I know I did a video on AI saying that Canelo won, or it was a draw or something like that, but CompuBox, if you had Canelo winning that, CompuBox needs to have their wires pulled out, because that was highly wrong on every level. No way did Canelo outpunch Terence Crawford when he's throwing one punch at a time. How is that? All of our eyes are lying to us? We all saw a different fight, except Ellie Sekback. Apparently, he thought Canelo won. boxing credentials revoked, in my opinion. But David Benavidez, definitely a tougher fight for Terence Crawford. I still favor Crawford. I still favor him. He's special. I'm not sure David Benavidez is special. I know he's great, like Canelo. Not sure he's special. Special is Tom Brady. Great would be Dan Fouts. Great quarterback from my Chargers. Not sure he was special, though. Speaking of the NFL with the Chargers, this is a way off topic, but Alt getting hurt, the offensive linemen. I think these offensive linemen are just getting too big and it's too much for their ankles. There's no reason linemen have to be 300-some pounds. Why are they so heavy? They could be like 200 pounds or less. Why they got to be so big? Anyway, back to boxing. Who do you guys like, David Benavidez or Terence Crawford? And tell me why in the comments. And I hope this fight really happens, because who else is out there really that we want to see for Terence Crawford? He's not going to move down and fight Jaron Ennis, and even if he did, I believe he beats the brakes off Jaron Ennis. Jaron's a great fighter, but he's not Terence Crawford. So who's left to fight? If you're not fighting David Benavidez, you might as well retire, I guess, but I don't want him to retire. I want to see this great man, this great boxer keep fighting. And I don't think Canelo's interested in a rematch. I think he has to get elbow surgery. And I heard something like he's not coming back till the end of 2026. The end of the 2026. I guess his body just needs a rest. And Crawford's homie, I forget his name, he was saying that Crawford shouldn't fight for anything less than $100 million. He said that's what Canelo got, so we took his place, so we should get $100 million. And he makes a point. Crawford is the A side. He's the A side. So yeah, he's got to get those big paydays too. So yeah, that's how I see that. I still got Canelo. If y'all don't know though, go check it out. You can Google it if you don't believe me. Terence Crawford and David Benavidez have the same reach, 74 inches. I'm not going by the 0.4 and the decimals. No, I'm not getting down to, well, David Benavidez has longer fingernails, so you got on gloves. Anyways, the J. Roos Theory, channel number 2, and WJ got some great content over there. Check it out. If you want to become a member, hit join button below, beat down the like button. The Instagram, the J. Roos Theory, Cash App, $J Roos 33. Support the channel, man. I give you quality picks. I'm probably the #1 boxing channel on YouTube to get most of my picks right. So support the channel. LSR forever. And be fearless, homie. Yay.